Hey there, I have a question for you. Are you living the life that you truly envisioned? Back in the day when you stood at the altar and said your vows to your spouse, how's it turned out? Is it all that you thought it would be? Or do you find yourself experiencing a lot of complaining, sort of feeling lonely and unhappy and kind of stuck in thinking, oh my gosh, is this like a sentence of, I don't know, misery the rest of our lives? Right? Are you wondering where the romance has gone? I hear you. And I want you to know that you're not alone. I hear this very often with coaching clients of mine that, yeah, they report that the frustration in their marriage, and they tell story after story of the disappointments and the letdowns because their marriage has not turned out to be all that they hoped it would be. Many are exhausted from raising kids and being in the thick of taxiing and soccer games and dance recitals and all the things. And many are also having aging parents that they're having to take care of. So there's a lot of demands on their life, and the marriage tends to take the back seat, and they find themselves kind of stuck. So I want you to know a little secret that women are the vision keepers in the relationship. And so a vision literally means mental sight. It's your ability to envision in your mind's eye God's destiny for your life. So in Proverbs 29:18, it tells us how important God's vision is because it says, where there is no vision, the people perish. Are you perishing? Gosh, I don't want that for you. What's your vision? Like, I'm going to invite you to really get clear on what your vision is, because often we go through life and we really don't have one. We're just kind of going through life. So your vision is the story that you're telling over and over again, good or bad. And if you aren't clear on that vision, well, right, any road's going to get you there. But if you're here, I am pretty sure that part of your vision is a happy, fulfilling marriage. Am I right? Yeah. People who follow me, that's what they're after, because that's what I stand for: is happy marriage, happy family, happy life, happy wife, all of it. The problem is that you're going to always get more of what you focus on. And actually, that's a problem, but it's also a solution because it points us in the direction of where we need to go. We all have an amazing brain, right? And in there is what's called the RAS. It's the reticular activating system. It's the part of the brain that filters through all the input that comes after it comes at us all day long, visually, sounds, thoughts, everything is coming at us with our computers, TVs, news, everything. The RAS filters it to find evidence for what it is that you're talking about, what the story is that's going on up here. It's finding, it's sorting. So if the story is that, how things are awful and that your husband's letting you down and you're just exhausted and there's no romance, well, that's exactly what your brain's going to find evidence for. But on the other hand, if you start telling a story of hope and that things are going well and you get really clear on what it is that you want, your brain will find evidence for that and help you create that as well. So it's really good and it's hopeful that your brain will do the work creating what you want. So if you're stuck telling a story of a miserable, disappointing marriage, it's sure proof, right, that, well, that's kind of what you're going to find. Like it's proof is what's going on up here. The problem is always the story you're telling. Okay, so your brain wants to be right. So whatever story you're telling it, it wants to be right. So let's set it up to be right as you embrace a clear vision, communicating clear, happy, hopeful thoughts to your brain as you create beliefs that your marriage is amazing, no matter what the circumstances are or what might be going on, that you can become a person of hope, a possibility, of goodness, of positivity. So let me ask you some questions, and you can might journal on these or spend some time thinking about them. But who do you want to be? Like, as a woman, as a wife, who do you want to be? How do you want to show up? What 3 words describe you as your best self, your best woman, the best wife you can be? What are those 3 words? And then are you showing up that way? Are you living that? What do you want more of in life? What do you want to experience more of in life? What do you want to do more of in life? How do you want to feel like more? In 5 years, what is your relationship going to be like? What will you be experiencing? Where will you be living? What will you be doing? As you get curious and ponder these deep desires of your heart, you're going to be creating what that vision for life. And I just invite you to write it down, spend some time, get clear. Create that life for your marriage, and your brain is going to go to work creating that. It's how I got to live at the lake, right? It's been part of my vision since I was a little girl. I've always loved going camping and being at the lake and being in the water. Water is just a life source for me. And so when I put that out as a desire, my husband made it happen for me after, we had been separated and heading for divorce. But when we got back together and really got clear on the kind of life that we wanted to create, we knew we wanted to be here. So as you get more clear and you pivot your thinking, you are going to be well on your way to creating what you want, because your brain will go to work creating that. So the alternative is that you keep telling the same old story and being frustrated and disappointed and finding all the evidence of how life is awful, right? But the choice is yours. That is how powerful you are, every human being. But the woman is the vision keeper in the relationship. And so if you don't have a vision, then you're probably going to stay stuck. But I'm inviting you to be empowered, to create that vision, to get clear, put your brain to work. In my Happy Wife Facebook community over the next several weeks, that's what I am sharing posts and inspiring women to keep working on this. And I invite you to join. So if you're not a part of that Facebook community, I will post down below in the text under the video so that you are able to get the link and come join us. Because as a certified marriage coach, I am all about empowering wives to create a life that they love, a marriage that is hopeful and fun and inspiring. And I'm so glad that you found me. So be sure to do all the things, like this video, subscribe, leave a comment down below, and I look forward to seeing you in the Happy Wife Facebook community. So I'm standing for you. Have a great rest of your day.